This is a Wild Games Production podcast.
Welcome to Star Trek Reliant, as Corey is naming. This is a new actual play on our channel here at RollHigherDie.com. Just want to do a few announcements before we start the game. Head over to RollHigherDie.com to hear all of the wonderful actual plays we're doing. You can also find us now on one giant mega feed called Roll Higher Die's Mega Feed, which all our podcasts will be on eventually as I'm moving them all over. Just wanted to get that out there before we started the show. You can also email us at gamers@RollHigherDie.com and support us at patreon.com/RollHigherDie. Handing over to Corey now.
Okay, I'm your host, Corey, and not sitting with me is...
Steven, who's still learning the game.
Out of order, Steven.
Oh, that's right. Wow, I'm used to Vincent. I'm sorry, I'm throwing so much.
That is true.
Been so long.
Yes, this is
It's
DM
been a while
Vince.
since we've been around the circle.
Go on. And I am playing Lieutenant Junior, or just Lieutenant Wyatt Castle Castiglione, a human person. There. Steven.
Okay, and my character's name is Ensign Jared Singer, and he is a Centauran who looks identical to humans with just a little bit of organ differences, I believe is what I read. So they basically look exactly like humans, and I am Helm Navigation.
Jacob.
All right. Jacob, I am playing Bork, though I reserve the right to change that name in case I'm not happy with it. I have to decide. I am a Vulcan ensign and a science officer.
David.
David, I'm playing Joe Humey, Tellarite engineer.
There.
And I'm Sarah. I'm playing Tato. I am a Andorian,
Tato.
and I'm
Leave her alone.
and I'm
That's a
like,
good one.
and I'm the, I don't know, the muscle, I guess.
Yeah. Should have been more strict on names. Oh, well. All right. So you were all...
Tato.
Nothing.
That's a good
Nothing at all.
name.
It's
I
a
love
perfectly
it.
potable name. All right. You are all ensigns. You have just joined Starfleet. You graduated the academy. You're on your first tour of duty, and you are here to serve aboard the USS Reliant. Or I guess it's the...
Delivering electricity all around the universe.
No, you've all arrived in the ship. You all graduated together. You all know each other. You may not like each other, but you all tolerate each other. So no interpersonal conflicts.
And we are in what
We'll see about
century? Or, you know, you want to give people an idea of what background we're
Oh
playing
yes,
in?
this is from the original series, but it's right bridging the Next Generation and the original series. It's about the time frame. It's what century?
It's in
Crap, I forgot the
between
century.
movie 1 and 2 there.
Yeah, there you go. It's
Right before Wrath of Khan. That, or I think at 23,
So the
45.
Klingons are
or-
still the bad guys.
Yeah, Klingons.
yes,
are still
Klingons
bad.
are still the bad guys. However, they have had some talks from what I read, so they're bad guys, but that's beginning to wind down. And all right, so yes, you have just gotten aboard the Reliant. You're all settled in. You all have your quarters. You have your job assignments, all that fun stuff. You haven't met the captain yet because he hasn't had time. He's a busy man. And Vince, you are just given the mission document, your assigned mission, your next mission. That's what.
I was given the mission document of that. Is that which one's that one?
Whoops.
Is that the mission supplies one?
Yes, that's the one you've been given. Your job is to assemble your team. You are all his team. That's just how it ended up.
Okay.
And hold on, sorry, gotta open this up. Okay, so yes, you were approached by your superior. He hands you the mission document. He says, "All right, assemble your team in the conference room 5 and It should be an easy mission. Nothing fancy. Nothing unexpected.
All right. Well, I communicate to everyone on the report there. So when I sit down.
Power Rangers assemble.
Yes, Power Rangers assemble.
Okay, so you all assemble in conference room B.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince, it's up to you to you are the mission commander. Your job is to literally command them.
All right. So listen up, folks. I don't think I was supposed to be You didn't tell me all this. I would have prepared a little bit better. You kind of threw this on me.
I'm sorry. It's basically just read through the mission document and
all right,
tell them
fine.
your mission.
So it looks like our
it.
mission is to deliver medical supplies and provide assistance to a small settlement known as Halleck on planet. Blah, 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 blah.
Chinchu second.
Chinchu the second.
Chinchu the second. Yeah.
This settlement is suffering from a disease that is very similar to dengue fever. Yeah.
Dengue.
Gay.
Dengue.
Yeah. I didn't have accents, so it's.
Yes, I know. At least you cleaned up the spelling mistakes this time.
Oh, shut up.
You will. You will stay a week to ensure
Ebola?
the vaccine is administered correctly and to investigate the source of the outbreak. Upon arrival, we will meet with Administrator Eric Jackson. Did I say that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like he will assist us with obtaining any information we need, so he'll be our liaison contact. So we treat him with the utmost respect. I look around the table, especially David. Look at him once.
Just stare at David.
Joe Hume with his constant, can we blow things up in the academy, rhetoric.
Oh, my God.
It's very important.
Yes. So we will be taking a shuttle at 0700 hours. I don't know. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that sounds good. That's good. That's good.
And it looks like the Reliant will be out of communications range after we take our shuttle down. I don't know why we're not transporting. Apparently the transporter may be broken. The engineer was telling me how much someone, I don't know, phased in and out and took a shit in his pants and, you know.
Actually, the mission briefing you just read, it tells you why.
No.
At the last sentence of the mission.
Corn.
Corn, yes.
That's the
There was a lot of
answer.
corn involved with this whole situation. And
Yes, the Reliant's delivering corn, so they won't be around. But they have another mission to do while you're doing this.
they're basically there. Whatever. So we'll be given
This is
the stuff
setup
that we
on how
need.
we die.
What was that, Ensign? I'm sorry.
Huh?
Yes, you want to speak?
That was out of character.
Oh.
Sir, if we have a shuttle, why does it say in the briefing unable to ferry? Does that just mean the Reliance leaving us on the planet for a week?
It seems like they're just basically just going to drop us off, kick us out of the ship, and say peace, and they'll be back. And it actually doesn't say when they'll be back. GM?
It says they want us there for a week.
Yeah, so I've been.
It says 1 week.
So basically, yo-yo for a week. You're on your own. We got the vaccine. It'll be in a special kit. Who is our medical here? Actually, our medical officer is not here this week.
Oh, good.
Wow. Out of character, just wow.
It's okay.
I have a slight skill.
Ah,
in
yes.
medical.
You. I forgot his name. Ensign Spork. That's his name.
Okay.
That's right.
Is that my right, Jacob Spork?
Ensign Spork, yes.
Okay. Yes, I will put you in charge of the medical supplies since you have the most medical background, since our medical officer apparently is sick this week. So, which in truth, unfortunately, Jeff was unable to join us this week because he was not feeling well. So,
Yeah, it's okay. The vaccine is pretty much just auto-administered. It's just a syringe. That's it. You're fine. You all know how to use the equipment.
Yeah, just type your names.
yeah, everyone just put your names in the chat like Steven did so we can all just kind of reference it real quick. We'll have 2 medical replicators with us just in case we need to replicate more of this A9 formula, which I have the information here on the tricorder here. I will send it over to you, Ensign Spork. You need to change that name.
Maybe.
And I guess we would assign phasers. Are they phaser 1s or 2s, GM?
Who knows?
All right. The little tiny phaser 1s that go pew, pew, pew.
They're not expecting anything, so you're just getting standard low-end stuff.
I could requisition for phaser 2, so I may ask for that. So
You can.
looks like we have a couple contacts other than.
Explosives.
I don't think we're.
Are
cleared.
we?
Yes, Steven.
Sorry, sir. Have we been inoculated to this disease, or are we going down there and risking ourselves here?
According to these notes, we had got it in our last round when we went to medical during our physical checkup, so we're good to go. We shouldn't be harmed anyway, but as you know, any vaccine is not 100% foolproof.
All right. Because usually when a settlement has some kind of infection like this, it's either airborne or waterborne. So we should probably see if there's something that could be carrying it in the wind, or if there's something contaminating their water supply.
Do we know, Corey, if it's contaminated by air? We probably would know from the briefing what this disease is. It
Like I said, the reason I put dengue fever is because that is what they suspect it is, but it hasn't been confirmed. But it behaves just like that. It is.
I don't
it
know
is
dengue fever, so can
contact. It's transfer for
Yeah,
contact.
what is dengue fever?
Yes, GM, you need to explain that to us.
Oh God! I
Like blood
barely-
contact or just contact?
It's mosquito based.
Yeah.
So in other words, you get the mosquitoes are spreading.
Mosquito
So-
borne, yes. Okay. Yeah, it has to. It's physical contact with a mosquito. You can't get it from person to person. Okay.
All right. That's basically the mission briefing. You guys can do what you need to do for the next couple of hours before we meet up at the Shuttle Bay 2. Dismissed. Oh, sorry. Wait. Any questions? That's better.
No.
I asked my questions.
Out of character, what is dengue fever?
Yeah.
It is
Like
a
mosquito base
mosquito-borne
isn't enough.
disease. It's literally a fever that kills.
It's a fever.
High fever, headache, vomiting, muscle and joint pains, and
Cool.
you usually have a skin rash.
Thank you.
The
Thanks
second
for
time you
looking
get
that
it,
up
it
on
is
Wikipedia.
much, much worse than the first time.
What'd you say, David?
The second time you get it, if you get it contracted a second time, it's massively worse than the first one. Unlike typical diseases, you kind of build up immunity. This one, it does get much, much worse.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
to
So,
know.
So my question, why are explosives not able to be requisitioned?
Joe Hume, why don't you bring that up with the lieutenant commander, who I would assume bring it up with the XO.
yeah, there you go.
All right.
Blow up the
Will do.
mosquitoes.
David's
All right,
gonna
if
be
there's
a
no-
sword in my side.
Yes, he is going to be. You knew
If
that.
we're heading out tomorrow morning, I'll prep the shuttle, make sure it's good to go for 0700.
Excellent work. I will make note of that in my log, sir. Any other further questions?
No, sir.
Nope.
All right, dismissed.
All right. So you all head back to your rooms. You gather whatever you need. You go to get your standard issue supplies. Like I said, tricorder, phaser, and comm device. Except for whoever's the science person also gets the.
That's me.
Okay, you also pick up the 2 medical replicators and what they have of the vaccine.
Okay.
I'm just going to prep the shuttle, make sure it's all good to go for tomorrow
Yes.
morning.
You prep the shuttle. It's all good because it's Star Trek. It takes like 3 minutes to prep it. Less.
Boop, boop, boop.
You look at the display. It says it's fine. It's prepped.
And
Good.
you press the button and it turns on.
All right. So fast forwarding to the day of the mission. You all gather in the shuttle bay.
I check everything
Any-
over on the checklist, make sure we have everything. Everybody has their stuff. Just
Everybody's got everything. Nothing's missing.
everything
everyone's
works
here.
pretty good. It's all
Everything
been
works.
tested.
Yeah. No surprises on your equipment. All right. So Steven, you're going to have to make a. So Steven, you are going to have to make a helmsman roll here.
Okay. So, how do these work? Because I have shipboard
Which-
systems helm, I have system engineering helm.
Actually, this would be shipboard systems.
Okay. So, do I just roll a single d6 and then do I add the level I have?
Yes, the level of your skill is added to your roll.
So, what's the difference between level and spec level? I was really curious about that, and I may have missed it in the character creation.
Spec level is just literally a specialization. You will then also add that if you're doing that one specialized thing.
So, in this case, I would be adding my spec level.
Yeah, because you're helming.
Okay.
So you'd get 5 right off the bat plus your roll.
Oh, so you add the level and spec level together?
I'm sorry. Other way. You're right. You roll the
All
one
right.
dice and then add the
That
spec
was
level.
fun.
Okay, I was like, I'm gonna be banking here.
I've only read over this once, so.
How many dice is he rolling?
What happened?
One dice plus his spec.
Plus the drama die.
Plus the drama die. Yes, you always roll the drama die.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Drama die rolled a 5. Regular die 6 plus 3, so 9. That's
Yeah.
as high as I can get.
This was a routine thing. You didn't have to be much. You just basically had to not fail the drama die. That's all. So
Wait, so what just happened? I disconnected for a minute.
We went in the
Steven
shuttle.
Set phasers on our science officer and blew him to ashes.
yes, he successfully destroyed you. No, it's Stephen has successfully pulled away from the shuttlecraft. You are on your way to the settlement, which you all have a map of there. You are landing at Halak. You are landing. Well, you're landing in the northeast over there in that empty field. So after, let's say, an hour, you
We find two lightsabers that were red. Okay.
you've landed in the field, and what's your plan? Okay, number A on your map, that is the hospital. Number B is a marketplace where a lot of people were found to have been infected.
Where are we supposed to meet Administrator Eric Jagsted?
That was actually not specified.
So A was what again? The hospital?
A is the hospital, yes.
Well, then we should probably proceed to the hospital then.
I agree. Yeah.
No, there's,
All right.
there's no
That seems
democracy. I'm
already-
telling everybody to go to the hospital.
I'll set the coordinates and get us
I
fly
was
us
just
there.
like, okay.
Yeah, so you
Actually,
landed
no.
the shuttlecraft right
I
outside.
thought we were getting dropped off.
No, the shuttlecraft is yours. You keep the shuttlecraft because the Reliant has another mission they're tending to, and if you need to fly somewhere, you need transport. So you're keeping the shuttlecraft.
All right, bring us to the hospital, Ensign. Please.
Aye.
You've landed outside, not right next to the hospital, but a little bit away in that empty field there. You've landed, all your gear's there. You've geared up. You're ready. As you all enter the hospital, you see this is a small settlement, so it's not a very big hospital. It's only got 5 beds. There's 2 of them are occupied by people who look like they've been infected, and you also see a Andorian tending over one of them.
Is he Starfleet uniform, just a doctor, or
He's not a Starfleet uniform. He's just an Andorian in normal dress.
I walk over and I say, "Doctor?"
He turns around and says, "Oh, I'm the assistant. My name is Tivra."
Tivra. Yes, I'm looking for Administrator Eric Jackson, please.
He is currently in the administration building. It's just the third one down from the left over there.
Excellent, excellent. Ensign Spork, you want to assist him right here with in the hospital, see if he needs anything done?
Yeah, I'm going to go examine some of these people that are infected and see what's going on.
Oh, are you the team they were sending?
Yes, yes.
Oh, all right. Well, if you'll follow me this way, what was your name, sir?
Lieutenant Castle.
Lieutenant Castle, and you, Mr. Vulcan.
Ensign Spork.
Ensign Spork. If you'll follow me, Ensign Spork, we can examine this patient. This is Mr. Brody. He's he is currently experiencing the infection. And then he turns and takes Jacob away.
Bye.
So the rest of you head down to the administrative building, which is a couple buildings down. It's a small place. It's one of those buildings surrounding the market square there. As you enter, you see a older male sitting at a desk. He says, excuse me, who are you?
Yes, we're from the USS Reliant. I am Lieutenant Castle, and this is my team. And I introduce everybody one by one. We're here to assist you with anything possible, with any needs you have. We already have my science officer, Ensign Spork, who's working with your assistant in the hospital right now.
Oh, all right. Thank you. I am Eric. My assistant / vice administrator is he's out right now. Monty. He'll be back shortly. Is there anything I can do for you while you're here?
Actually, we're the ones assisting you, sir, so What can we do for you?
Well, it's they said you were going to be bringing a vaccine. I mean, if you could administer it to everyone in the settlement, there's about 50 of us here.
Well, okay, then we need to organize a plan of getting people here to the hospital so we can administrate it successfully and without a problem.
We have a call system. It's kind of like an old school PA system we can use if you'd like.
All right, sir. Go ahead and page people to start coming to the hospital. We will head over to the hospital and start setting up.
All right. Yes, sir. And he reaches under his desk. He pulls out an old style kind of page system. He's like, paging Mr. Wait, hold on. God damn it. I forgot his name. Oh, Mr. Sterling, paging Mr. Sterling, if you could please come to the infirmary. He looks at you expectantly. Do you need anything in this, or?
No. Let's go, team. We head towards the hospital. I look for Ensign Spork.
You go back to the hospital. Ensign Spork and Tivra are currently examining a patient, Mr. Brody.
Ensign, report.
Ensign, you're going to have to give me a roll.
Uh-huh.
You're using your little tricorder thingy.
So I'm using my medical sciences.
Yes.
All right, so you're going to have to explain to me how this works.
You have one dice, which is your drama die. If you get a 1, it's bad. If you get a 6, it's fine. You have whatever number of dice for your skill is.
Okay.
And then you add in your specialization, if your specialization applies.
It does not. So it would be 1 for the skill.
And then 1 for the drama die.
So if you had a 3 in the level, you'd have 3 dice.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So rolling. Drama die is 1 and then a 3.
You killed him. You killed him.
God damn it, Jacob, already?
Your first roll and you kill a man.
No, it's like he succeeded on doing his diagnosis, but yes, something did go wrong. Your tricorder actually begins to malfunction and it zaps you and you suffer, you take 1 stun damage.
Lovely.
So on your little sheet there is stunned +1. You would just check off that little thing because you have 1. It'll go away in a little bit. Stun damage doesn't last too long.
All right.
You get a little zap as you're about to talk. But what you discover is that it is very similar to dengue fever. It's not exactly the same, and you're not entirely sure what the difference is, if it's a different strain or something off, but you're confident that the vaccine will actually be effective, and it will, in fact, even cure this man who's right here in front of you.
Excellent. So let's administer it then.
All right. I'm guessing you explained that to Vince.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
So I guess a better question to ask you, GM, has this vaccine actually been tested fully, or is this experimental, or?
It's never been tested on this strain, but based on his your medical officer's examination, it will appear to be fully effective.
I defer to Tivra on this decision since it's experimental, and this is her people. Is it she?
His people.
His people.
His people. Tivra says that, of course, the Federation's never steered us wrong before. I will happily apply this vaccine.
And I'm leaving. All right, so I explained to the team they're going to administer they're going to administer the drug, and we need to send up a triage for getting this done as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Damn it, Lieutenant Castle! I'm an engineer, not a doctor.
Well, I think the sink needs to be fixed. If you want to go take a look at that.
Actually, the science officer's tricorder there needs to be repaired.
There you go.
Yes.
Fix his
my
doohickey.
tricorder.
I'll fix the doohickey.
Roll.
Thank you, Ensign. You may.
Yeah, Hume, if you're going to fix it, you need to roll your repair skill there.
Sir, if I may make a recommendation.
Personal equipment or?
Well, hold on one second,
systems
Steve.
engineer?
Let them do the roll first.
I'll have a repair skill.
It would be systems engineer.
System engineer.
You know,
So I roll the number of dice equal to my level.
yes, plus your specialization, but I don't think you have one that covers that.
Not in this one.
Yeah.
7.
Oh wow, that's pretty good. So yeah, you're able to repair it pretty quickly. It only takes about 10 minutes for you to repair it.
Go ahead, Steven.
I was going to say we should probably do some means of getting rid of whatever local insects is actually infecting these people, since we know that's the cause. Either remove any stagnant water, set up any, insecticides around the village. Anything we can do to help them out.
Excellent idea. Why don't you take Ensign Tato and go out and figure out the main area of infection and figure out a way. What?
Wrong button. My bad.
Why are you mad at me?
I'm not mad at you. It's Ensign Tato.
What did I say? Tater?
What's wrong with my name?
Yeah, what's
It's
wrong?
fine.
What's wrong with
It's
the
fine.
name?
Go.
Didn't I say Tato?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Oh.
fine.
Take Ensign Tato with you and do a quick scan of the area. Figure out where the most insects have raided the area, I assume.
Aye.
Yes, sir.
I will stay here and oversee the triage.
Yes.
I guess I'll be helping them get all that set up.
All right. So just so whoever's administering the vaccine, just roll the drama die. That's all you got to do, and just not get a 1.
I guess it's me.
Yeah. Unless Vince is helping,
What am I going to
I got
roll?
a 4.
just roll the drama die. That's it.
I got a 4.
Just don't get a 1. That's it.
3.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. Just making sure you don't accidentally hit a vein or something.
I mean, I would hope you'd hit a vein.
I mean, it depends on if it goes into the blood or
A
if
lot
it's
of
in the muscular.
vaccines
True.
go into the muscles. Yes.
Yeah.
This one goes into the muscles.
Okay.
All right. So not skipping, but going over to Tato and Steven.
Singer.
Singer. All right. So the administrator he helpfully provides you with a map of low-lying areas that have water that might actually hold the mosquitoes. There's 3 locations you can go to. One of them's in the south. It's nearby that lone building there next to that river, if you see that. And the other 2 are in the northwest, in the fields, just up there. Where do you head to first?
What do we know about these insects? Like, are we dealing with your common human mosquito, or are these things like the size of a hand with fangs that will bite our arm off?
They're your common mosquito. Except for the queen. The queen's the size of your hand. Just FYI. I'm kidding.
Do we know around the time that this disease started to really spread? Like, did anything unusual happen?
These are questions that would have been real good to ask the administrator.
Well, who was the guy that gave us the map?
The administrator.
The guy we're actively walking and talking with?
Okay. I assumed you stopped by, but all right. Yeah. He says the outbreak began about 3 weeks ago. It's kind of hard to pin down because there were a couple of people who got sick, but they didn't get sick with this dengue fever thing.
Was there has there been an outbreak of this before?
No, never. This is new for us.
Have there been any weather changes, anything like that might have caused this surgence?
No, the weather's been basically normal. It's mostly dry, occasional rain.
Has there been any changes in the local ecosystem, such as animals that came here that may not have been normal? Any migrations that have changed? I'm thinking, because if they attacked, or not attacked, but if the mosquitoes attacked a animal that they usually don't feed on in this area, they could have picked up a strain such as this.
You will have to ask the local scientist, Mr. Joffrey.
All right, we can ask Mr. Joffrey. Where can we find him?
His house is the one in the far north.
So it's en route to where we're headed then, right?
It's a little to the east of where you're headed, but yes.
All right, we'll pay Mr. Joffrey a visit, and then we'll carry on with our mission.
All right. Well, I have
Sounds
matters
great.
to attend to, so if you need anything else, if you don't need anything else, I'll be on my way.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
He nods. All right. So are you headed to Joffrey's house?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
I want
While
to
you're
punch
on
him in
your
the
way
face for
there-
ruining the Seven Kingdoms.
All right. So back to Vance. Roll your perception.
I got a +1, so it's intellect and with a +1.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, intellect this one.
I got a 6 on the drama die, and I rolled a 2 +1 3.
Wow, that was good. All right, so you see Mr. What was his name? I can't remember his name. Did I not write it down? Yes, there it is. Sorry,
Mr. Potato Head.
Mr.
His bucket of
Sterling. You see Sterling come in, and he says, "Yes, I'm Sterling. I was paged here." And as you look at him, you do notice that he actually seems rather flush.
Flush? Like he's
His
sweating?
face
Like he's
is
got a fever?
flush.
Like he's got a fever?
Yeah.
I'm going to check him out and see if he's infected as well.
Guys, you said lush. The dude's an alcoholic. It's okay.
Flush, not
He-
lush.
He drops the whiskey bottle on the ground, and
So roll your examination tricorder thing one more time.
Yeah. Drama die 6 and then a 4.
nice.
All right. So you can tell that, yes, he's infected, and it's actually quite severe.
This guy's got the same thing that everybody else has.
He's got the Rona.
He's
But-
got the vid.
He also appears to be much more advanced than he should be. He shouldn't be walking around.
Are you feeling okay?
I feel fine.
You don't look fine.
You
I need you to sit down
don't.
here so my science
You're
officer
fine.
can take a look at you.
Of course. He sits down.
I point.
Do we have any of the vaccine with us?
Yeah.
Yes, you have a bunch on you. And in fact, you've already administered one dose to Mr. Brody, who's in
All
there.
right.
How
I'm
does
going
he
to go
look?
ahead and administer him a dose straight away.
Not that I know, but how does Brody look?
Brody looks flush, and he's kind of feverish, but he's kind of thing. He hasn't shown any improvement just yet.
Okay. So it's not instantaneous.
No, it's not like prick cure. Shut up. So yeah, he sits down. Jacob, you begin to examine him.
Yep.
You don't have to roll again. You already got your roll. But as you're examining him, you see him. He kind of stands up and says, "I really got to be going. Is this going to be quick?"
Hang on. We're just going to make sure that, everything's working for you here.
All right. He says, "Fine." He sits back down. So you go to give him the injection. When you do, he says, "Ow!"
Uh-oh.
Tough it
Just-
out. It's just a needle. You'll live.
Well, as he goes, "Ow!" he kind of smacks at it and smacks it out of your hand.
Rude.
So we're gonna need you to sit still while we administer the vaccine to you.
You just
must remain
administered it.
motionless.
I'm fine. And he gets up and starts walking.
Detain him.
Security.
I'm around there, right? I'll grab him.
Security.
Yeah. You're still around there. You try to grab him.
Yeah, I'll grab him.
Do you have a brawling skill?
Probably not.
Otherwise, it'd just be your fitness and strength.
David's gonna make up a brawling skill so we can tackle him.
So just
I have
roll.
explosives.
It'd just be 1d6.
Blow them up.
I don't
Even
want
I
you to
have
blow
unarmed
him up.
combat.
Just be 1d6 plus your fitness and plus your strength. Because you don't have the brawling skill.
Oh, I have 3 fitness, so it's not 3d6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
Okay,
Sorry.
so that'd be 14, and then 2 on the drama.
2 on the
How do
drama.
the attributes help your skills?
It depends on what you're doing.
Okay.
Attributes are mostly reactive, though. They're not. You don't use your attributes. It's what gets used against you usually. But
Well, I've got intellect and then I've got logic and perception with pluses on both of them.
yes, intellect is the attribute. Logic and perception are the bonuses when you're doing a logic task or a perception task.
Okay.
But anyway, so you managed to subdue him, and he's like, "Get off me!" Yes, with a karate chop. Yes, perfect.
I mean, I can Vulcan neck pinch him.
Could.
It's all right. I got him. Don't worry, Ensign.
David is holding him, so You can try to inject him again if you want. Finish your
Yep,
injection.
I'm going to inject him.
All right, you do it. He screams again. Ah! And then he just kind of goes blank.
Cry it out, baby.
He stopped responding.
Like, at all?
Like at all. He's just blank stare.
Huh. Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah,
Seems
he's
like
still
a
alive.
nervous reaction.
He's
You
still
okay?
alive. He's
Hello?
just, he doesn't respond.
Huh. Didn't expect that from that. So, what should we do, sir?
Put him on the. Was he passed out? I put him on the table, and we'll keep an eye on him.
Still conscious. He's just blank. He's just.
Let's secure him to the table since he's been a little bit unstable.
Maybe we should get the head doctor in here to give him a
Yeah,
examination.
where is the doctor at the moment?
She's out doing house calls right now.
Can we page her because we have a situation that we need her assistance with immediately?
Of course, we have a pager here. So he goes over. He paging Dr. Faye.
Is this
Dr.
like
Faye,
a hospital pager that's on? Like you're paging Dr. Faye, Dr. Faye.
It's a small settlement, so they have a couple of speakers that everyone can hear, so they can page people in the settlement.
Is she got to call on a telephone or how's this
No,
work?
she'll just show up.
Okay.
It's not low tech, but these are people who tended to shun the more advanced stuff.
Can you make sure to let her know it's priority, not one of those
Yes,
lolly dolly
he's-
missions?
I didn't mention it. He said a medical emergency. If you could please,
Thank you.
All right. So now back to Sarah and Stephen. All right. So you all head up to the house, Joffrey's house. You see, it's a regular house. It's nothing fancy. See some plants on the front doors.
I expect someone named Joffrey to have something fancy.
I knock on the door. He says that he's a doctor, right?
He's the lead fauna guy. He's a scientist.
Does he have a doctorate?
He does not have. Well, I guess he does have a doctorate, but it's not in doctor. It's not in.
So he's not a
medical
doctor.
He's not a medical doctor, but he's got his doctorates.
Okay, he's a
still-
doctor. Yeah,
Not
yeah,
a doctor.
thanks.
So
Doctor.
can I call him doctor, or is it just Joffrey?
Yes, you would call him doctor.
Dr. Joffrey, are you in? Well, I'm knocking on the door.
A few seconds later, the door opens. You see an old man with white hair, kind of grizzled. He says, "Yeah, what do you want?"
We have some questions concerning the current situation with the what was it called? The disease that's going around.
Okay, what do you want?
We were wanting to know if there had been any recent changes to the local ecosystem, any animals that may have come here that weren't native to the local wildlife.
No, and he slams the door.
I think we woke him up from his nap.
Yeah, well, his entire colony is being wiped out by a fever. I think that kind of takes precedence. Knock on the door again.
What?
Sir, we're here to try and find what could possibly be the source of the fever, what could have caused your local mosquitoes to start contracting this. Do you have any suggestions, anything that may be of benefit to your colony?
Mosquitoes? We don't have mosquitoes. Get out of here, you crazy person. He slams the door.
It is against regulation to just, blow these people up,
Not
right?
suspicious at all.
Well, Ensign Tito, do you have any suggestions here?
You called her Tito.
No,
I said Tato.
he said Tato. He didn't say Tito.
Potato.
Sounds
God
like-
damn it.
Corey, I think you're thinking of something else. Thank you.
Corey wants some Tito. Yeah.
And Tito was her name.
Mm.
Well, breaking in is definitely not on the table here. I say we can just try to
We can
convince
always
them to let us in, maybe.
we can try. If anything, we can always come back to them. I mean, this was just a suggestion. We can still have the water source to check out.
Mm-hmm.
This was just something that wild hair that could have possibly happened.
But let's see. With no mosquitoes, though.
What is the local insect called if it's not a mosquito, Corey?
You'll have to find that out yourself.
I think
We wouldn't have been briefed on what the local cause of the.
They just told you that it was most likely the local mosquitoes. They didn't include specific exact information because most people wouldn't care to.
Oh, did I throw a monkey wrench at you?
Yes, I didn't think of the
Aw.
exact species, so just go with it.
So will this guy be useful then?
That means blow him up.
Yeah.
We're not blowing him up.
Permission granted.
Let's get Ensign Joe Hume over here. He knows how to deal with these types.
Mm. No, so
Well,
mm,
let's see what we can find at the water source, and if we
Okay.
find nothing, we can come back here.
okay. I like that idea.
Okay. So, all right. So you two head off to the water source. It's not too far away.
This is the Kelvin timeline where everything's more violent.
No, please, no.
No. So skipping back to the count, and no, I'm sorry, not the count.
Oops.
I don't know what you're talking about, good sir. The Count is not here.
Skipping back to the leader of the away team. You notice now it's been, well, let's say about 3 hours. You do notice that Brody is actually starting to improve. His face is becoming less flush. He's
Did
not
the
sweating as much.
doctor show up in the 3-hour
The
time
doctor
span?
has not shown up.
I looked
Dr.
at his.
Dr. MD.
I looked at the assistant and I say, "What's going on? Didn't you page a medical emergency with the doctor?"
I did, and he did it like 3 times too to make sure. I don't know what happened, but I have to stay here. But her house is it's on the edge of town on the west side. If you could go check on her, maybe something happened to her. Maybe she caught the fever.
All right. Well, I don't know what to do with this dude on the ground.
But he's not on the ground. He's on the table. Remember, we strapped
that's
him
right.
in the table. Will you be
Are we just
okay
gonna
with
leave
this?
him on the table?
He's strapped in.
Yes, I'll be fine watching him. He seems to be very catatonic.
All right.
Yeah,
well, he's strapped in. so-
Let us know if he wakes up.
Of course, I do have a calm. I will calm you if anything happens.
Thank you. All right,
Not-
let's go.
Do a medical examination himself.
He has, but he can't. He can't tell what's wrong.
Okay.
He's an assistant. He's not a doctor.
Yeah. I have a passing, thing. And
No,
then-
not you. I meant the assistant.
Yes, the
Oh,
assistant
to
is
the-
just the assistant.
That's what I was talking about.
So he's like,
Well, they'll figure it out.
so he has no medical background really.
Very minor.
So he's like a candy striper from the old days.
It's the
town
only
barber.
medical person on this settlement is the doctor, and he just helps her out. That's all it is.
Got it. All right. Well, we will. We'll go check it out. Spork, Hume, you're with me. Let's go. I assume he told us where she would be.
Yeah, no, he gave you. It's the house on the west. If you look at the map there, it's that westernmost house.
The westernmost house. There's like okay, fine.
That kind of south there. That one there, kind of there.
Yeah. All right, we head that way. How long would it take
All
us
right.
to get there? About an hour?
Well, now that you said it, no, it only takes you about 30 minutes. But back to our other team.
Mhm.
You make it to the water source there. What's your plan of action?
Use our tricorders to see if we can locate where a lot of these quotation mark mosquitoes are, forming, and see if maybe we can find something there.
All
Because
right,
again, my theory is there had to have been some change to the ecosystem to bring about a
Mhm.
random fever. So I'm thinking the mosquitoes must have
Brought
found
in
new
or
prey.
something?
Right.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah, makes
I'll-
sense.
All right. Well,
That's good
roll
thinking.
your personal equipment skill.
Personal equipment skill.
Okay, I think you all have it.
Yeah, I do. I have tricorder,
Yeah.
so I get
Oh,
to
I
add
don't
2
have
to
that.
this. 3 is the drama roll. 6 total for the tricorder.
Okay. You cannot detect any mosquitoes in this at this location.
And this is stagnant water here.
Yes.
Is there an
Can we using the tricorder? Can we find any of them nearby within range of it?
You don't detect any, and the tricorder is functioning correctly.
And Tato, this is kind of weird that we're not finding anything when we know that this is the means that they're spreading the fever.
In hindsight, maybe we should have talked to the patients to see see if there's any common occurrence when they started feeling ill, like if they were in a certain place or if there were any bites being noticed or anything like that.
That's a good plan. I just know, like I said, this is how mosquitoes spread where I'm from, so that's just my
Right.
line of thought. Yeah.
That's fair.
We have communications, don't we?
Yeah, you have
Sure,
comms.
yes.
You can comm whoever you want.
Yeah, I'll call Lieutenant Castle. He's at the medical center, right?
Yeah, they have just left, but you comm them, so talk to them.
Lieutenant Castle, sir?
Go ahead for Castle.
Sir, we've reached some of the areas with the stagnant water where we believed the insects may have been breeding, but we're not finding anything here. We went to the local wildlife expert, but he's not very helpful. The only thing, Ensign Tato had a good idea. Maybe we should question some of the victims of the fever if they're, able to communicate properly, and see maybe if there was some common occurrence, like maybe they were in the same area when they started feeling sick, if they work in the same thing, like miners working in a mine, see if maybe there's a common occurrence amongst the victims so far.
Excellent idea. Proceed with that. Myself, Ensign Hume, and Spork are heading over to the doctor's house to check on her. She has not responded to any medical calls, so we're going to check on her. So if you do not hear from us, we'll check in about 2 hours.
All right, sir, we'll head to the medical center, and if we see you there, we'll compare notes. If not, we'll calm you in 2 hours.
All right, Castle out.
Is that how,
Is that how it goes?
Yes, it goes.
he makes the sound go boop.
Yeah.
I just look at Ensign Tato. It's like, all right, I guess they're not at the medical center, and we need to go question these people. Let's double time it.
These people.
Let's hoof it.
Yep.
All right, so you two head off to the medical center. Going back to our awesome trio, you
Get
arrive at the doctor's house. It's a regular house. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Except maybe roll your perception.
Okay. Perception. 2. Okay.
Or just
10. The
Vincent.
drama die got a 4.
It would be your intellect number of dice plus your perception.
I got a 10.
But Vince got a 10, so I don't think it really matters. But that's more than high enough.
Wow. Is that you got, wow.
Well, I rolled 2 dice, plus I have a +1 in perception, so.
He got a good roll, is what it is. All right. So you notice that the drapes have all been drawn, and the house is basically sealed up. So
Can we scan for life signs inside there, Ensign Spork?
I'll try and see what we can find. You want me to do my roll?
that would be your personal equipment.
Okay, personal equipment, tricorder.
Yes.
All right, actually, I have a specialization in that.
Yes.
So, is it the tricorder specialization? Is there a plus on anything in perception or logic or anything?
No, you just when you're using your tricorder scanning for life, you just roll your skill and then add that tricorder specialization to it.
I think
Okay.
most people get like a +2 on that from what I was reading for.
Okay, so
Plus the drama die. The drama die you always roll, so you always have at least one dice, even if you have no skills or anything.
all right, so I'll do that. All right.
Is Dromedai included? So if you have a level 2, is it a Dromedai plus another one?
It's if you have a skill of 2, you roll 2 dice plus your drama die. The drama die is in addition to. It's always you always roll it. You always have that.
I thought you just add +2. You roll 2 dice.
For your skill, you add the specialization.
Yeah, you add the specialization. The level is how many dice you roll.
Oh, so like for instance, if I'm doing a helm thing and I have training in this, my spec level is 3. I roll 3 dice for that.
Yeah.
Your level, you
Your
roll
level.
the dice. The spec level is what you add afterwards.
Yes, the specialization is added after.
Okay, so in that case, it would be 2 dice for helm plus 3.
Yeah, so you would have
With
could
the drama
never get
die.
less than
Right, the drama die I'm just setting aside. That's always rolled. But as far as like what you want to roll for your numbers, that's good.
So yeah, so you'd roll 2 dice and then you'd add 3, which means you could never make less than 5. Well, 6 with the drama die.
Okay, that I did not know that. That means I probably would have got higher in that one check much earlier. But that was the hand wave. Yes, the ship works.
Yeah, like I said, basic stuff you don't even have to roll for. It's just you have to roll the drama die just to see if something kind of goes slightly off.
All right. Well, you want
No,
me to
that's
think what I
really good to know for first game. Appreciate it.
Okay, so
Cheat sheet would have helped.
all right,
Oh,
you
no,
guys are at
roll.
the doctor's house. The blinds are drawn, all that fun stuff, and
Corey.
Jacob is scanning. Yes.
Yes. Do you want to know what I rolled?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Drama die 4, and then a 4, and then a 3, then I have a plus 3.
Okay, so yeah, you can tell that there is one life sign inside. It's faint, but it's there.
Yeah, there is somebody in there. Only one.
All right, it's faint. So let's. Does this house? These houses typically have a back door as well as a front door.
Yeah, they have a front and a back door. Yeah.
Hume, you want to circle around to the back and just have a phaser ready just in case. What did he say?
Yeah. You
Aye.
Oh, okay. All I heard was.
yeah, your microphone kind of went.
All right.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's what I said.
He said, "Roar." All right, so
And then walked off to the back.
that's
Okay.
a strange person there. All right, so we go to the door and we knock. Doctor?
No response. No response.
I check the door handle. Is it unlocked?
It's locked.
I check for a key under the carpet. It's low tech. You never know. It might work.
Yeah, you find one.
That was dumb
I rolled
luck.
a die. I rolled a dice. You got a 6. It's like, you know what? Yeah, you found a key.
I unlock the door and I say, we're coming in. This is the Federation of Planet, Ensign Castle. We're coming in, Doctor. I
No
open the door.
response. You see, it looks like a normal house, but it has been absolutely wrecked. Stuff has been tossed everywhere.
All right. I'm going to search out where that life sign was and find where they are.
The life sign is in the back room.
So we head over there carefully.
As you head over there, the place has been completely trashed. It's like paintings have been thrown around, pictures have been thrown around. There's claw marks on the walls.
Those are aggressive mosquitoes. Dang.
I was curious.
So you make it back to the back room, but the door is blocked.
Did Hume make his way in, or did they make their way in?
The back door is also locked. And no, there's not a key under the mat on that one.
Well, we
Slowly
kind of
knocking.
need
Hear a
maybe
knocking at the
demolition-
back door, fans.
I unlock and let Hume in.
All right.
You let me in your back door?
Yes.
Yes.
Stop that.
I walk in.
Nice of you to
You
join
walk
us.
in. You come in, you see what they see. Shut up.
All right. Apparently, the doctor is in this room. We can't get in. The door is blocked. So if we can all put our shoulders into this, I'm sure we could probably push it open. Right, GM?
Yes, you all have to roll together, though.
Right.
Okay.
We just had some explosives. Be much easier.
You and I will have a conversation later about explosives.
This is what I think of explosives.
Yes, we get it. All right.
That they're very helpful and should be standard
Sweet.
practice.
All right, do just a little strength roll.
So
And
you just
Adam,
be fitness, and then
if you don't have any strength bonus, then yeah, just do fitness.
I
You just
rolled a
shove this.
1 on the drama die.
Okay. Are you the
I
only
rolled a
one
9.
pushing? Okay, you rolled a 9. Your drama
But you
die.
do add in the value of the drama die, though,
Yes,
right?
you add in the value. You always have one
Okay,
dice to roll.
so
no matter
14.
what. Okay. And are you helping Jacob, or are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll make him dirty. He doesn't want to.
No, I'm fine with it.
So Jacob, ahead and do your roll. Oh, mine was a total of a 4 with a drama die of 1. So
What skill am I rolling on here?
Just roll the
Fitness.
fitness, and if you have a strength bonus, add it in.
Okay.
Plus a drama die, of course.
All right, 6 on the drama die, 5, 6, 2.
6 covers up my 1.
Okay, so you guys managed to shove the door open, and there was a dresser blocking it. It gets knocked open. You guys did a pretty good hit. Vince, you actually trip and fall,
Yeah, I figured so.
and you slide to the ground. 1 stun damage. And Hume, you actually kind of trip over him, but you manage to catch yourself. Jacob just steps over him like it was he expected that to happen. And as you enter the room, you see that it is completely and totally covered in fungus. There. All
That's
right,
fine.
so you've just kicked down the door, and the dresser that was behind it has now been knocked aside, and you see the room completely covered in fungus. Science Officer Spork notes that he can tell that there's a body underneath some of the fungus on the bed.
Right over here. There's a body.
His tricorder alerted him.
Is that what that was? Good sound effect, Jake. Okay, so we, I guess, move. Well, can you give us a quick scan to see if this fungus is some type of poison or,
Yeah, let me scan this.
disease
stuff, see what it
or
is.
anything?
Just roll your drama die. That's all. It's not a difficult scan.
Hang on. Still dice. Here.
He's still dice here.
Just a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Do.
I know.
As Jacob slowly picks up the drama die, he jiggles it around in his hand.
He
Go on.
dramatically picks up the drama die.
He got a 6 there. Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm having some issues getting this.
He rolled a
I do
4.
I'll roll for
Hang on.
you. I will roll for you. You don't have to worry about it. I rolled a 4. Wow. Okay. So yeah, you have successfully scanned the the fungus, and you can determine that it's not harmful, but you've never seen it before. It's not in the known database of fungi, but it does not appear to be harmful or bad in any way.
All right.
I'm going to put on a pair of gloves just in case.
You pull out your gloves. Your medical gloves, apparently. All right.
And we work all together. We work to get the body uncovered, I guess.
Put on some sort of a
Respirator.
yeah.
You have face masks. Since this is a medical mission, you have medical gloves, face masks, standard protection. Darth Vader's helmet, apparently. So you work to uncover the body, and it's a human female. She's roughly 27 years old. She does appear to be wearing a doctor's outfit, so you believe she is Fae.
Okay. Faye was human. Okay, human.
So I'm
Could
gonna
we?
skip over the asking stuff?
What?
I was just going to skip over the you asking who is this or anything like. You recognize that it's Faye.
This is Faye. Definitely, this is Faye.
Yes, this is
I
definitely
sense it in my bones.
Your psycho force powers tell you.
Sport, can we get an idea of what the cause of death might be?
Scan.
Well, You detected faint life signs, so she's not.
Oh, I
dead.
thought she was dead.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. She's not quite dead yet.
Not yet,
she's not
but-
in good shape.
If you leave now, you can make sure that happens.
All right, so we turn around, we leave.
Leave now. Make sure she dies.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that statement meant. So, is there any way we can remove her from here without further killing her?
You can try to carry her. I mean, she's in bad shape. You don't have a stretcher with you or anything.
Can
like
we
that.
use maybe some blankets as a stretcher to get her out of here?
You can try to do a makeshift stretcher. Yes. Just roll. Does anybody have? It'd be the engineer.
Who's not here? He's
I
here.
have-
Yeah,
He's here.
Joe.
Yeah, he's with you.
Ensign Hume, would you mind constructing a makeshift stretcher for us?
Yeah. With that skill that I have.
Yes,
stretcher
engineering.
making,
It's right there on your
You
sheet.
had-
Just look.
like,
You
what
have
was it,
any-
just systems engineering.
We're just use systems
yeah.
engineering because it's not too
All right.
complicated. Basically, you know what? This is easy enough. Just roll one die. Just roll the drama die. If you don't get a 1, you're fine.
2.
Almost. So you've successfully made a stretcher. You guys place her on it, carefully. She seems okay. She seems like she would survive the journey, but you'll have to get moving now.
Is there like a cart we can put her on so we can wheel her a little easier?
Call it high or low.
High.
4. All right. Yes, there just happens to be a wheelbarrow out back.
There we go. That works perfectly. We gently place her in the wheelbarrow and we get running to the hospital.
You
Glad I made that
run.
stretcher.
It was used to
Shove her in a wheelbarrow.
transport her to the wheelbarrow. Okay. All right. So
Couldn't
you're
bring the wheelbarrow to her.
It wouldn't fit through the door.
remember all that craps everywhere.
Yeah, there's someone crapped everywhere, so.
No. Oh my.
Ew.
Okay. All right. So you guys are headed back to the hospital. Skipping back to our people who could not find any mosquitoes.
Gears.
You guys have made it back to the hospital, which is where you were going, if you remember.
Yeah, we needed to interrogate the victims of those who are conscious, I guess.
All right. Well, as you head back in, you can see that Brody is conscious. He still looks a little pale, but he's better than he was before.
Tato, you want to take care of this, or should I?
You seem to be better with words.
You speak good.
All right.
You got
Um,
the bird in mouth.
We'll
Whoa.
go over to the individual.
Brody.
Brody.
Okay. You arrive at Brody. You can't see Tivra anywhere. He's stepped out, it looks like.
Mr. Is it a Mr. or Miss? It's Mr., right?
It's Mr. Brody.
Mr. Brody, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling better.
Good, good. Forgive me, we were trying to find what could possibly be causing this outbreak. Is there... Forgive me if some of these questions seem a little redundant or odd, but do you or anybody else you see in this room have any connection? Do you work together, or...
Connection? I work the fields up north. I mean,
Do any of these other individuals do as well?
pretty much everybody takes a turn. We share responsibilities for harvesting the crops.
And has everybody who's gone up north gotten ill?
I don't know. I've been in the hospital.
I see, I understand. But you said everybody in this colony takes their turn working the fields up north, though.
That
Everybody
is
does.
correct. Yes, everybody does. Even the administrator has a turn up there.
Okay, and so far the administrator hasn't gotten sick, though. This is out of character.
I know he hasn't presented any symptoms yet.
Okay. I look over at Tato. Any other things that we should ask? Because it seems to be these northern fields may be our next stop.
Have you noticed anything unusual in the fields? Maybe some critters that don't usually show up in those areas?
Critters? I haven't really. There aren't really any animals in this area of this planet. There's no rats or anything like that.
No rats, no cats.
What's the vegetation that you're farming up there?
Corn.
I wouldn't know the local animal life that would eat something like corn, but
No. Like I
Right.
said, it's like we haven't really seen any animals of almost any kind. There are some birds, but they don't really stay in the fields.
Do you guys usually not get that many animals?
One of the reasons we chose this particular location is because there just aren't any. There's no small game or anything like that.
let's see. All right. We'll see if anybody else can help us out. Thank you, Mr. Brewer. We appreciate you.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, but I'm pretty tired, so I'm gonna lie back down.
Said phasers to kill.
Nah, just he's napping, so just stun him. He'll be fine. No.
Yes.
All right, we're going to go from like bed area to bed area, see if anybody else is more or less conscious or able to answer any questions.
Well, the only other person in there is the catatonic person.
Oh,
Tifra has stepped away.
So there's
Is
really
there-
only 2 people that were victims at this time, or patients
Only-
at this time?
That are in the hospital, yes. Members. He said earlier that the doctor was doing house calls.
Mm.
Most everyone was staying home.
Does the doctor have a list of everybody that he's done house calls to so far?
You don't know that.
I'm at. All right, Tata, follow my
That's
line of
something you
thought.
would have to find
Yeah.
out.
Do you think if we can find a list of the house calls, see what their order of if they've been to the fields already and about when they've been to the fields?
if we can find that information, yeah.
There's got to be a
That'd be
computer
useful.
somewhere around here. Or let's go get the administrator? Yeah, let's see
administrator
if
can
they can
help
give
you.
us authorization.
Yes.
All right, so you guys head off to the administrator. You do not see Vince's crew as they head back to the hospital, and you head to the administrator. I will skip back to Vince. Vince, you and your crew of scrawny ragtag people have made it back to the hospital with Dr. Fay.
Is
Scrawny.
Tivra's there, right? Tivra.
Tivra has stepped away. He is not there currently.
All right, is there a bed free that we can put the doctor on?
Yes, there's 5 beds and only one of them is in use.
Well, we place
you
her on
strap-
the bed and we get her set up for the whatever vital
The
signs.
vaccine. Yeah, you hook her up to the machine. You get everything set up. She's good to go. Her vitals are weak though.
Can we do a full medical scan to see what she's suffering from, or
Yes, the good
Yeah.
temporary doctor can do a scan. He'll have to roll though.
Yes, the very temporary doctor. All right. Yeah. That's right. It's over here. Okay.
we really did need a doctor for this episode?
You really did.
Yeah, the one episode we say, no, Doc, you're good.
So-
You don't need to show up.
6 on the drama die and then a 6 and a 4.
Okay, that's high enough. You can tell that she is actually suffering from a very advanced case of this dengue fever. But it's she should be dead, but she's not.
She's very close to death, and hopefully this will bring her out of it, but I'm not sure it will.
Well, administer the dose and we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on her.
Very well.
You
What?
I was going to describe his injecting, but go ahead.
Go ahead. Describe the injection, sir.
Okay, I hate you, Vince. So you give her the injection in her arm, and almost immediately she begins convulsing and reacting very violently. She's having massive convulsions.
All right. I guess I can try and figure out what's going on with her. Just try and stabilize her, right? So, guess we'll do another roll for that.
You don't have to roll. Your last result will carry it forward. It's no big deal.
All right.
But what do you mean by stabilize her? Because right now she's convulsing violently.
Right. And can I get any sort of idea why she is?
It's a reaction to the vaccine you just gave her.
All right. So, do I know of anything that should help calm her down?
Okay, with your medical knowledge, you know that you can give her some general anesthesia to knock her out. I guess I shouldn't you're not the medical person. I guess I shouldn't expect you to know what to do.
All right.
I don't think
well,
Jeff would have known that either. So
I'll go ahead and try and
Never mind.
sedate her.
All right, so you successfully sedate her, and her convulsions have stopped, but her breathing is shallow, and she is in bad shape.
do we need to hook her up to a respirator or?
Your
Mm,
temporary medical officer believes that she'll be okay for now, but you need to keep an eye on her.
yeah.
Spork, keep an eye on her for now until the assistant comes back.
Got it.
I flip open my communicator. And I say, I guess, Castle the singer. Come in,
It's
Castle.
the singer.
Report in.
Sir, the only further information we found from Mr. Brewer was that supposedly each of these individuals may have worked the field at some point. We're going to speak with the administrator now to see if we can find any relation to when they were sick to when they were working the fields, but that's the only other lead we found.
All right, we did find the good doctor. She was basically unconscious, barely surviving. We did inject her with the antidote or serum, and now she had a bad reaction to it. We are currently sedating her to keep her calm, hopefully to keep her alive. We're going to monitor this. The assistant, Tivra, is missing. If you happen to run into him, have him come here directly, please.
Before I click the comms to communicate again with Castle, I just look at Tato. I'm like, how is it they're getting all the fun stuff? And I'll click the comms. Roger that, sir. We'll do so.
Castle out. I need to get a
You
little
didn't let him
communicator.
know it was a fungus.
It is a fun. Damn it! I text him that.
No texting back then.
What, you mean? Wait, future then?
I sent a facsimile report.
Future back then.
I call him back and say, oh, one more thing. Just want to be an alert. We did find a large amount of fungus in her house when we went in. Thanks to Ensign Joe Hume for reminding me of that. Just be on the lookout for that and be very careful. Castle out.
Look at Tato. So is this a fungal infection or a
Transition.
like a bloodborne infection? Like, is this caused by the local insects or is this caused by fungus? What's going on here? Or are we dealing with two totally separate issues?
Well, we need to. Well, the fungus. Hopefully, they have a sample, and I am talking to my microphone.
Don't eat your microphone. Just talk into the
sample.
microphone.
Yes.
So,
Science officer certainly took a sample.
Yes, he
And is
totally
analyzing
didn't
it
forget.
big.
Off
Bigger
the
So
doctor's body after we got back.
so hopefully they took a sample and examined it, and maybe they can find a correlation to how everyone is acting, because
Don't
as
worry,
far
we'll
as
get right
we
on
can
it.
tell, it's okay, never mind.
Just keep going.
Yeah, as far as we can tell, it doesn't seem to be like a certain creature that might be causing this. Because my suspicion is that there is something in the fields that is keeping the animals away, and it could be something that might be affecting the people here.
Sir, going about this wrong. It's not the actual dengue fever that we've had maybe back on Earth. This is something totally different, but same symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
Then
I think
whoever
so right now.
diagnosed it as dengue fever needs to be fired.
So, if they haven't yet, they should. I'm thinking maybe they should take vitals on that one woman. No, wait, who was it? Yeah.
Take
Maybe
vitals on your face.
Boom.
maybe check out the lungs. Make sure nothing's like possibly affecting her lungs.
Communicate to Mr. Spork and get that information to him, and I'm sure he'll think of that as well.
I text him, check lungs.
No texting.
There's got to be some bound.
Send me a fax.
Can you imagine being in a battle zone? The bad guys are right next to you. It's like, as opposed to text, he's like, "Hey guys, they're right above me."
That's what they used. That's what they did.
That's
pretty much.
exactly what they did. Texting didn't exist. You could send texts and information, but you had to do it at like a computer terminal. You didn't have a mobile version.
Jesus.
All right. Then I open up the community.
Our future is no low tech.
To instance Spork.
Yes.
Jesus.
Me and Ensign Singer were discussing that you guys found some fungus. You should probably, for the person that is being affected by it, we know it's. Wait, did they say it's Faye? They didn't say it was Faye, wasn't it?
They did.
They did? Okay. Maybe check the lungs of Dr. Levine.
Okay.
To see if any spores might be in there, and also if you haven't yet, maybe check out the actual fungus and see what it exactly is.
Yep, I'm on it.
Just saying.
I'm
right.
on it. I'm on it.
Boop boop.
Transmission over. All right. So you two, Tato and what's his name? Singer.
Like the sewing machine.
You go into the administrator's building. You see the administrator sitting there administrating. You also see another man whom you haven't met at the desk next to his.
Is he a human male?
Yes.
It's totally Monty.
Well, it says assistant, it says vice administrator on the desk.
I think that's Monty.
Are we allowed to just go in, or
You've already gone in. You've gone into the building. You're standing in front of them. They haven't noticed you. They're working.
Mr. Jackstadt, Mr. Callahan?
Yes. Yes.
Good afternoon,
Is that what he
sirs.
does?
We were hoping you could assist us in gathering some information. We spoke with the entomologist, the insect expert on the outskirts, and unfortunately he didn't have much information, but Mr. Barrows back in the medical facility brought up something that could potentially be useful, but we're needing information to medical records and who worked the fields last.
Oh, you'll have access. That terminal there over in the wall, the password is password.
The password is password.
Now, is that with
Yes.
a capital P or
All lowercase.
all lowercase? Okay.
And you did
All
replace
one
the
word?
S's with 5s.
No, just password. There's only 50 people in the town. It's not hard to figure out who accesses what. We don't keep secrets here.
Oh. All right, let's go to the terminal and we'll log in.
You don't have to. It's already logged in. So
So what we're looking for specifically is individuals who have come down with the fever, including those that have been making house calls, of course. And then we're comparing that to the people that have worked the northern fields.
Mm-hmm.
okay, so you have the list of both of those. This will be a logic roll though. So
I'm not-
Do we get a bonus for both working on it?
yeah, you add your rolls together.
All right, so is this just an attribute? So roll the 2d6 and then add whatever the plus is to logic?
I have -1 to logic, so
And you would take one away.
All right.
One
4
dice
for
away?
drama.
Just one from the result.
7 total for logic.
7 total for logic. All right.
2 for drama, and mine would be intellect. Is that what I'm doing? And then
Yes, you do the base and then you add.
Oh.
to logic.
4, so it'll be
Then
3.
add an extra 2 to mine, so 9 if we're adding the intellect to it as well.
Yes. Sorry.
All
I
right, so
should
3
understand.
total.
Okay, that is enough. You do, after working together for a few minutes, you do some cross-referencing, and you figure out that everyone seemed to get sick right after. God damn it, where is it? Right after Sterling was last present in the field.
How long ago was that compared to? Okay, so Sterling.
Okay, so you discover that after Sterling worked the field for the first time, he's a new person here. That is when everyone started getting sick. You were able to correlate that.
Look up Sterling. Is he still alive or?
Sterling Rosick is currently alive.
There's that doctor they were talking to.
And slightly angry.
And he's lying on a strap to a table currently, if you guys remember.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Is there a way we can pull up Sterling's like credibilities?
You can pull up his history.
Yeah, his professional history, stuff like that.
Well, for the past 10 years, he lived and worked in a town known as Iron Ridge Wharf.
Has there been... Can we look up history on Iron Ridge Wharf?
You can look up the general history, yeah.
Any plagues or anything that have struck them? Anything in the news?
Nothing in the news.
Is there anything that's unique about? Are they fishing, mining, or?
It's on the coast. They do a lot of fishing. But they also have hold on. But they also have a little bit of their own fields, but it's mostly fishing.
What do they farm out in their fields?
Corn.
A lot of corn going on here.
Jesus, no kidding.
It's a corn
popular.
fungus.
It's popular.
And there,
Alright.
and for Sterling's doctorate history, there's
Wasn't the
no...
Reliant shipping corn too?
Maybe.
It's about to have
I'm
an
just
outbreak.
wondering, why does the Star Trek universe run on corn? I mean,
Why did the
curious.
Star Wars not run on corn?
It's abundant. It's
Right.
everywhere. It's cheap. All right. Move on.
Mhm.
It's good fuel.
And so the main focus on
Federation
Sterling
subsidies.
has
Gotcha.
always been with just medical,
What?
like has always been like as medical doctor. There's no other fields of study he is known for.
Sterling is not a medical doctor. Sterling is just your average wharf worker who wanted something different and moved to this town.
Oh, okay. So he's just
So, regardless, it's the issue started when he worked the field. So we can guess that either he brought something to the field, or it's just an odd coincidence, and he's the one who was first infected, and something happened around the time he was assigned to work.
well.
Either way, we should probably check the fields and scan them and see what we can find.
Excuse me.
And
I
see if we
agree.
notice any odd-looking fungus.
I do agree to that. I do relay on the comm to Captain to Lieutenant, excuse me.
Lieutenant.
I apologize.
You got promoted, Vince.
To
First
Lieutenant
episode, already a captain.
that
Captain here.
you know, hey, just want to let you know that the Dr. Sterling
He's not a doctor. He's just Sterling Rosick.
wait, but I thought he presented himself as a doctor.
I never said that.
Oh, I thought he was. Okay.
He's just your average wharf worker.
How did we know Sterling then?
You looked him up on the data pad.
No. I mean,
He's the guy who's catatonic strapped to the thing, and Vince told you about it.
oh, okay. Sorry.
We also have another person strapped to the table as well, who
I'm
is the doctor.
Oh,
We have two people strapped to tables.
I
Yes.
thought
It's
he
our
was a
thing.
doctor too. My bad. Okay, so Lieutenant, so this Sterling guy looks like that he worked in the fields, and shortly after that is when everyone got sick. So me and Ensign Singer are going to check out the fields, but we understand that Sterling is with you guys.
Yes,
So
he's
it-
right here on the table. He is unconscious right now in a comatose state.
So so then if there's any kind of like health tests that you can do to see something that might be abnormal.
All right, yeah, I'll proceed with caution.
So okay, thank you.
Castle out.
See, I can't boop. I have to wait for him to boop.
Protocol.
Exactly. He has to boop out first.
All right, so you two head off to the North Fields,
We're just having a
Back-
field day.
back to Captain Castle.
Boo, Sarah.
A nature
Back
walk.
to Captain Castle.
Captain Castle here, and I'm
Junior.
sitting in the room, and So
Lieutenant Castle.
looks like gentlemen, looks like and not gentlemen, looks like
Crew.
person. Looks like Sterling may be patient 0. We're not sure. The rest of the ensigns are going to the field where Sterling may have caught what he has to further investigate. Is there any kind of way we can do some blood tests on Sterling and figure out? I guess this is more of a spork thing.
Yeah, it is more of a spork.
Maybe you could stick your spork in and get a little sample going.
Oh.
I'll spork him. Don't
Yeah,
you worry.
spork him, please, and do a deep analysis on him. No, Corey.
Deep sporking. Got it.
Yes, deep sporking, and report back.
Will do.
All right. So
Ensign Hume, you want to get a drink? No.
it's like you two are just standing there while Spork begins his sample analysis.
Is there any way that we can assist you during this process, or you just basically need to be left alone?
You can assist him.
Yeah, you can assist me.
And then we
Yes,
help
nurse.
whatever he needs. We
Okay,
second,
so you
third
will help
hands.
him. All right, so we'll skip to the fields.
Hold my hand.
Come into the closet with me. Hold my hand.
Dark closet and hold my hand. No. We skip to the fields. Tato and Singer are in the fields.
So, I'm probably not gonna.
We're basically scanning the fields to see if we can find anything odd out here besides just corn.
All right, do your personal equipment roll then.
I just have communicator for personal equipment.
I have a tricorder, so
Okay. Can I use my perception?
Yeah, you can use your perception to look around.
not the best. 3 is the drama roll, and a 4 total is what I got for tricorder.
I got 1 for a drama roll and and 9 for perception.
All right, well, you notice that all the corn doesn't look so good. It seems
Does
off
it look
somehow.
fungusy?
That doesn't look like corn.
Steven, you can't find anything. It seems to be normal corn.
Other than just my eyes telling me it looks like crap.
Yeah, pretty much.
The tricorder's not picking up anything odd about the corn other than just it's unhealthy.
It just looks like it's not like it's bad. It's just like it just doesn't look good. That's all.
Mm.
Like it's been neglected for a while.
Possibly.
And there's nothing else in the area that might.
The tricorder didn't pick anything up.
Mm.
Maybe we just old-fashioned. Do we have? Since we're worried that this is some kind of fungal spore infection possibly working these fields, did we think to bring like any form of respirator or anything like that, or do we have that in our personal equipment?
You have your little minor medical respirators. They're like regular face masks, but they block out a lot of stuff because they're futuristic.
All right, going to actually investigate the fields manually, like look around and maybe scan with the tricorder up close and personal, as opposed to a general lay of the land scan.
Since you guys already rolled, you only see what I already said. It's like the corn doesn't look good, but you don't.
I don't
There's
see
Yeah,
it.
it's
nothing
no
we
same
could
thing.
find if we're walking around looking.
No.
There's nothing dead around there, right?
No. Well, I mean, there's like 6 dead bodies, but no, there's nothing there. It's fine.
Because I have forensics. I can
Autopsy.
like, yep, it's dead.
All right, we've accomplished nothing. Let's get back to Lieutenant Castle and them.
I will take a piece of the corn and put it in like a little baggie.
Okay. You've sampled it.
Mhm.
All right.
Make some popcorn later.
So, back to the other crew. A short while later, you guys have Spork has managed to take some samples. All right. Do you have any analysis skills?
I mean, yeah, I've got my personal equipment tricorder. Does that count as this, or what are we talking about here?
This would be more like a biology kind of thing.
I mean, I
which
have.
is a skill.
Well, what's bio? Is that the specialization?
It's under sciences, yeah.
I mean, like,
But you'd have a base of what was it? Physical science, I would assume, is the one it's under, or
Yeah, physical science.
maybe a life science or something like that. That you'd still have that base knowledge. Specialization just gives you a bonus to that specialization.
I really don't, because like,
He wasn't made for medical.
All right. Just use your, do a tricorder roll.
I mean, I have a physical science at least.
That'll work.
I have medical science, but
Nice.
it's psychology.
So like, how do you feel about that?
How do you feel about that blood?
yeah, I don't have a biology
Like,
thing.
it's icky.
All right. We'll just use your tricorder, yeah, because it kind of sucks that we're missing our medical guy.
Yeah, it does.
I just
All
wanted
right.
Jeff to feel included, and now that he's not here, screws everything up.
Next
And once
mission, we
we're all-
won't need him.
You missed your big
Exactly.
episode, Jeff.
It's like next time we won't have any medical issues at all. Never
Next time he
again.
waits in the van.
So every other game.
All right, so rolling 3 on the drama die, 5 and a 2, and then a 3.
All right. So with your samples, you were able to determine that the infection is not mosquito-borne. It is actually a fungus that is infiltrating people's bloodstreams. You can't tell how, but there is a ton of fungus in her bloodstream, a ton of it.
All right, so this is definitely not mosquito based. This is fungus based, and it is just pumping through her system. So that fungus is definitely what's causing this.
Spore zombies.
We need to call Lady Leaf.
Yeah.
So, and I guess I need to study the mold, the sample of the mold, right?
Yes, you will need to do that too. That'll take a little more time, a little more in-depth kind of thing.
All right, so let's go ahead and get this started.
All right,
I can
Jacob's
make a
getting it
computer
started.
model of it.
Just
Just
because
open
you
up
can.
Blender.
You know what? Roll it. Let's see what you get.
Make a little animation.
You're going to be helped by the engineer. He's going to be like, I'm going to make you a 3D model that'll just make you just understand.
9 and a 1 on the drama.
Well, while making this awesome 3D model, you, Spork, you're looking at it, you're like, you know what this does? I think this might actually, and then the screen just, psh,
Blender crashes and you didn't save.
yeah, it's all gone.
Debug mode comes up.
Can you redo that?
Nope, broke it.
Ah,
But you
Faulty colony equipment, you know.
you do think that what you were able to see before it disappeared will actually help you examine it much faster.
yeah. I think I got an idea. I'll work with it.
All right, so you begin analyzing.
Analysis.
You begin
Analyzing.
analyzing the fungus. It still take a little time. All right, and as that starts happening, Tato and Singer show up.
Hey!
Hello.
Ensigns.
Hi, guys.
Apologies, we weren't able to make any real progress. The only thing we found is the fields have been neglected up north. The disease started with, what was his name, Stevenson?
No, his
Sterling.
was Sterling
Sterling.
Rozic, the man
Sterling
lying before
Rozic.
you.
And I pulled out my little bag of corn. It's like, could we examine this?
We could
And see
probably
if there is-
analyze that, yeah.
Yeah,
And
see if there's some
whoever-
tie to the people.
In command told us this was a dengue fever situation. Probably not the best medical expert, as this is clearly fungal based from what you all found.
Interesting. Go ahead and place this sample next to Ensign Spork, and he will get to it as soon as possible.
Analyzing.
Well, you wanted to be a scientist, so
Yeah.
I guess what we do in the meantime is just kind of chill and watch him? I mean,
As you're watching him analyze and helping him where you can and kind of cursing at David for screwing up the model, Tivra walks back in. He says, have you made any progress?
oh, look who it is. Where have you been, sir?
Well, I was out checking on the other people in their homes. You could have calmed me, remember?
I don't appreciate your attitude, sir. Here's your good doctor, and I point to the doctor comatose on the, practically dead on the bed.
He goes, oh my God. So he walks over, he starts checking her vitals, looking over stuff.
We had to sedate her after we gave her the serum because we figured it would help, and it did not. She convulsed.
Several of the people I've given the vaccine to have suffered minor convulsions afterward, but they were only minor. I did not have to sedate them.
I'm worried that the vaccine isn't going to help them because I don't think a fever.
Well, everyone I've given it to has seemed to show some general signs of improvement.
How about that Brody
They
guy?
should still
Sterling
be
improved.
careful on this.
What about that Brody guy? How's he looking?
He looks fine. He's asleep in the bed in the corner. But he looks okay. He looks better than he did.
I go over and check his vitals. I mean, I can see like what his temperature is and his blood pressure.
You can see all that. It's normal. He looks to be healthy.
Good. Go back over. How about Sterling? What does he look like?
His vitals are normal, but he is still catatonic.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
He'll snap out of it eventually.
So what can... I don't know who to talk to for that. I guess who was a Tivra. Like, so what can help with fungal infection? Like, what can help eat it?
A fungal infection? Usually we have some antifungal meds we could give people.
Well, let's make sure this is going to react properly. The test.
Does they make penicillin from fungus? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't remember.
Yeah, penicillin's made from fungus.
Oh, okay. Make it.
Could I modify the
Not
life
medical.
support system to take the fungus out of the bloodstream?
You could
Kind of
try.
like a little dialysis thing.
Yeah, you could definitely try that. It would
What
be
fungus
your
one,
engineering ability there.
Stupid drama die. It's a 1.
yeah. Everyone dies.
These damn colony computers. Y'all need to get some updated equipment out here.
What'd you get total?
Otherwise, it was a 9.
A 9. Okay, so you finish modifying the dialysis machine. It did take you a lot longer than it should have, but you think everything's okay. It seems to be good. You don't think you're going to kill anyone.
Why does it look like
Well,
a
let's
George
test
Foreman
on
grill?
someone, not the doctor, just in case.
What's your plan?
Going to
Plug
test
it
it on
into
someone
someone.
less than the doctor.
Who?
Oh,
Who are you gonna
aren't there
test
other
it
The
on?
patients
fourth
around
guy
here?
from the left.
There's not 4 guys in there. You have Brody, who
Sterling.
seems to be cured. Sterling.
Do it
okay.
on Sterling. Do
All right,
Sterling.
so you do Sterling.
Yeah, because he's comatose. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Can't
He won't
back,
fight.
right? Yeah.
There's a reason you're the lieutenant.
All right, so you hook him up to the dialysis machine. You turn it on. Takes a few minutes, but then it does seem to be working. His blood does seem to be clearing, quote unquote. And he, after about 10 to 15 minutes, he starts to move a little. He's still kind of out of it, but he's kind of moving. You know how it's like he's coming out of a deep sleep.
Interesting.
Is he strapped down?
Yes, he's still strapped down.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, he's secured because he was being a pain, so.
Well, after about 15 more minutes, he wakens. And he's like, oh, what happened? Oh, why am I tied down? What? He
Sir?
seems a little
Are you
confused.
okay?
Sterling, how do you feel, Mr. Sterling?
Who are you?
Don't worry about that.
He
How do you
doesn't
feel?
remember us.
I feel tired.
How,
Do
I
you
mean, do you
remember
feel,
us at all?
what was that?
Do you remember us at all?
I've never met you before. Who are you?
Interesting.
We're from the Federation.
Zombies.
Starfleet Federation.
Okay.
USS Reliant. You came in here, you were talking about why you shouldn't be here. You started getting all angry when we tried to give you the vaccine. You started freaking out, flailing everywhere, and started going, ow! So we had to tackle you to the ground.
Where is he?
Is that how
Where
it
am
was?
I?
Wait, can you tell me again?
Ow!
Where is here? Where
This
am
is
I?
the hospital, sir.
What hospital? Iron Wharf doesn't have a hospital.
Where do you think you are?
I'm in Iron something Wharf. What's the name of that place? Iron Ridge Wharf.
What is
I
Iron Ridge
just-
Wharf?
I just finished. Remember that's where he's from.
Oh.
I just finished my last shift on the docks.
And you don't remember being paged by the administrator to come meet us here at the hospital?
What administrator?
Eric. And I lost.
I don't know an Eric.
Wait, what?
So he doesn't know that he's on this planet. He was on a different. I think it was a different planet,
City,
right?
city.
Different
Just
colony.
city.
Yeah, different colony.
Wait, is this Brody Sterling? Or is
No, this is Sterling Rozic.
Sterling, what is your full name?
Brody?
Sterling Rozic.
And where were you born? Just say he
named
says.
some-
Just say he
Yeah,
says.
he says some planet far away.
How old are you?
He gives his age.
I checked versus the database that I have.
It's
just to-
correct. He knows how old he is.
All right. Well, he has some. He has his memory. Just you don't remember the last hour. Tell me the
no,
last thing that you remember exactly in detail. Do not leave anything out, GM.
He pauses for a second, and he thinks, "It's like, well, I finished my last shift.
Shift where?
At the dock,
What dock?
Iron Ridge Wharf.
Where is this Iron Ridge Wharf?
Were you quitting? Is that why it was your last shift?
No. It wasn't my last shift. It was the last shift I
Oh.
worked. I just finished my shift. I
Gotcha.
went to the temple for prayers. I was talking to the priest there, and
Mm-hmm.
then I was here.
Sith powers.
Tato, when did you say that all this stuff started when he came over here? When was that? How long ago?
It's
I don't think
about
we got-
It was about 3 weeks. You saw when he moved here.
Okay. It was
so it's
about
lost
3
3
weeks.
weeks time.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Three weeks. All right. So, what would cause this? Is it like something that takes over the brain and they're able to control them, or?
As you're saying this, Mr. Spork, you get your results back from your testing.
Uh huh.
You make
Pass?
note that the fungus spores are acting in unison.
You have to talk like the computer.
No.
Analysis complete.
So they're like
You're using,
collective
you're using-
intelligence.
it seems to be that they are acting in unison, yes.
Interesting. So, Lieutenant, it
Yes.
seems that the fungus is acting with a collective intelligence, and I believe it's actually taking over these people and making them do its bidding.
So they're puppets.
Yeah, exactly.
More zombies.
We need to contact Lady Leaf ASAP.
It's like The Last of Us.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
no.
All right. So is there any way to figure out where? Well, they must communicate somehow, like through mushroom waves or something.
Spores.
Is there a way
Could
to
communicate through spores.
Is there a way to track where it was coming from, or maybe there's a central area that it's mostly focused from?
I don't know. You tell me, Professor of Psychology.
I'm not sure if this means anything, but apparently with my race, I can listen to audio bands inaudible to most other species. Does that
Do a perception check, now that
do
you're aware.
perception? I also have excellent hearing and alertness. Can those play
Yes.
an effect?
Sure.
Why? So you're like, no, it's not going to do anything.
Just roll.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Sure.
All right, 6 for drama,
Ooh.
and perception or intellect, excuse me. So cool. So that's 10, 11, 12, and then 13, 14, 15, 16.
And you got a 6 on the drama die.
Yeah. What's that
Okay,
mean?
so
6 times the drama?
no, yes, that's exactly what it means. No, now that you're actually thinking about it, you weren't aware before, but you do notice that there's actually been this high-pitched, barely audible that you're not sure what it is noise all around you, and you couldn't figure out what it is, but now it clicks. It's the spores communicating.
So I guess I just see me kind of just turn my head a little bit. You know,
Mhm.
Like a
I
dog.
think I can. Yeah, pretty much. Kind of do the whole.
Is there
Like,
something?
Ensign?
I think I actually hear those might be the spores communicating.
Can you
What?
narrow down and
At-
follow it, or
Is it at a high pitch, low pitch? Where's it
It's extremely high pitch.
at? All right,
and
let's
can
see
I-
if we can. Let's see if we can record it with our equipment, and then maybe bring it down to normal hearing.
And GM, is there like a specific area where it's strongest at?
You hear it all around. You can't.
Okay.
You can't quite, and it's also barely audible. You're kind of straining.
Okay, it's it's very high, but it's very hard for me to hear. So we can try to
All right.
record it, but I don't know how successful we would be.
Can you tell a place where it's coming from stronger, where we could get a better recording?
could she?
Unfortunately, not. It just
It
seems
sounds all around.
Yeah, it seems to be the same no matter where
All right.
I try
Well-
to focus.
Let's try and see what happens. Worst thing that happens is we're back here where we are.
All right, engineer, you need to modify the tricorder to pick up this new frequency.
I also have engineering system skill. by
You
the
can
way.
combine them. This will be a difficult task, but you can combine them.
Your power.
Okay, well, I have a
is
pretty
combined.
good one. So
All right, so 7 plus 2 on the drama.
What? No one?
No one this time.
So you got 9. Jacob?
will be. I've got a 4 on the drama die, 4, 6, and then yeah, that's it.
Okay.
4, 6.
Combined, you two are able to modify the tricorder, and you turn it on, and it is just going nuts. You can hear this. It's been made so you can hear it of a high pitched kind of screeching noise. It almost sounds like someone communicating in Morse code,
Screaming Morse code.
but really,
Can we
really
try and-
fast.
Can we try and see if we can figure out, like, if we can, like,
You're
Right,
smart
yeah,
enough to know you will not be able to figure out a completely unknown foreign alien language with no prior knowledge.
all right.
Can I make a computer model of it?
But your tricorder is sensitive enough you can actually tell where it's louder and where it's softer with it.
Okay, so let's track it down to wherever's loudest.
Well, in the current room you're in, Faye is just screaming like mad. It's just going crazy around her.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get her strapped into the filtering machine.
Is anyone good in like linguistics or something? Oh,
I'm a language
Sure.
person, but I just. Yeah, not really. Never mind.
okay.
I mean, I have a language skill, decent.
Yeah, okay. Alien Spore is not taught at the academy, okay?
I
You
know.
sure? You sure?
But,
But-
Psychology behind the alien spores.
you're right. You could figure out why they wish to communicate.
Yeah.
And
Should
then
I-
scream back.
A computer model that cross-references known languages with
You broke the
this
computer.
one.
You can't make any more computer models.
They only have one computer in the whole village.
Yes.
One that can
and
make
it's
models.
smoking right now, David. Thanks to you.
All right.
It's all the sand.
You can tell that Faye, it's really loud. You do a general scan. You can tell that Brody, it's kind of very soft around him. Sterling, you don't detect it at all around him. You're
Okay.
You're yeah.
Well,
Maybe it
I want to.
transferred.
I want to find the loudest sources, and I want to filter the slime or the fungus from the bodies.
Slime.
The
Well,
fungus.
so you hook up Dr. Fay
Go
to your
on.
little
Oh.
slime device.
Yeah.
That's what he called it.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Fungus.
After you hook her up, it takes about 20 minutes, but she begins to kind of come to. She's like, what happened? Who are you?
Excellent.
What's going on?
We're with the Federation. Lieutenant, you want to explain this?
Lieutenant shakes his head.
I explain the situation, who we are, and what we're doing here, and I ask, what's the last thing you remember?
I was checking on one of my patients in town. He came down with a fever.
Mm-hmm. And then you don't remember anything at all? Flash of light, a noise, a
No.
sound, someone, a pinching, a pain.
Nothing. It's just I was there
And you
then
went
I was
black.
here. Yes.
Who was the patient?
All right, so we need to modify more machines so we can do this quicker and just start everybody that we can detect sound coming from. We'll just run them through it.
Maybe we should
You
go
know,
back to
that
the house
fungus
that she was
up.
last at with all those spores there and do a reading over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Okay. So who's going?
Everybody.
I am.
I'll
Everybody's
stick around here and modify more machines.
Yeah, modify some machines for us.
okay. Just roll me the drama die, David. We'll just gonna see because you're gonna succeed. But let's just see if you.
Botch it.
Fucking.
I guess that was a 1.
Yep.
So you are only able to make one more machine with the parts you find. It's not your fault. They just didn't have that many parts. Okay,
Oh,
you happy?
no.
So you only have
Stupid
2
colony.
machines.
Out here in the boonies.
All right. So while he's doing modifying the one machine, you all head back to her house. You see her house. What are you looking for exactly?
Just do a scan of the area. This is where she was when she was hit. So scan all this fungus
Well, I
here.
definitely want to see, like what the communication from the fungus in this room is like.
It's loud and screaming and horribly loud. It is much louder than it was in the hospital.
All right. Well, what to do about this fungus over here?
Does it get more loud or less loud if you pick some of it?
Is that what you want to do?
I'm asking.
And we're
All right.
gonna find out.
So the lieutenant picks some off the wall, and yes, the noise gets much louder.
I had gloves on, of course. You didn't let me say
Yes,
that. But
yes. No. You had your medical equipment and your respirator and all that fun jazz.
fun jazz.
Yes. You pull it off the wall, and it is much louder than it was, but then it dies down to back to what it was before. After a
I
minute
put
or
it
two.
back.
Actually, let me see that.
He's cute.
Glue your arm back on.
Yep, solves everything.
What if I
Nah.
pet the fungus? Does it soothe it? I don't know.
I want to
can't
try and
tell if there's a
synthesize
difference.
some kind of antifungal based off of this sample.
That is something you can do, but it's something you'll have to do next time because we've run out of time. I've been your host, Corey, and not sitting with me is...
Vince playing Lieutenant Castle. Steven playing Jared Singer.
It's the singer.
It's Jacob playing Ensign Spork.
David playing Joe Hume.
And Sarah playing Ensign Tato.
Good night, everybody.
Right.
Good night.
You've been listening to the Star Trek Reliant podcast, a Last Unicorn Games actual play, using the TOS rulebook with a few modifications for the movie era in mind. If you care to support this podcast and Roll High or Die in general, you can head over to patreon.com/rollhighdie or ko-fi.com/theevildm. That's ko-fi.com/theevildm. Thank you.